In a world where sports are often seen as exclusive, one football icon is changing the game for athletes with disabilities. Cristiano Ronaldo, known for his unparalleled talent on the field, has now turned his focus to creating opportunities for differently abled individuals to experience the thrill of football. Through the Ronaldo Inclusivity Football Program, Ronaldo is not just providing a platform for these athletes to showcase their skills. He's shattering stereotypes, challenging norms, and creating a movement that's redefining what it means to play sports. This is a story of empowerment, transformation, and the power of sport to unite us all, no matter our abilities. The opening scene sets the stage by introducing a group of differently abled athletes practicing on a local football field. The sun is setting, casting long shadows across the field as they dribble the ball and attempt to coordinate with each other in a friendly but intense game. Despite the challenges they face, their passion for football is palpable. You can see the determination in their eyes, the smiles on their faces, and the camaraderie they share as they support one another. However, it's clear that these athletes do not have the same resources or opportunities as mainstream football teams. The camera zooms in on various players, showing the diversity of their abilities. Some have prosthetic limbs, others have physical impairments like cerebral palsy or are visually impaired, and some are in wheelchairs. Each of them brings a unique skill set to the game, but they're often forced to adapt their play to their specific abilities. Despite their talent, there are numerous challenges they face on the field: lack of proper coaching, inadequate equipment, and the absence of accessible facilities tailored to their needs. On the sidelines, a worn-out ball lies abandoned, and you can see a few makeshift cones marking out the goalposts. The field is rough and uneven, reflecting the lack of professional-level facilities available to these players. There's a subtle sense of frustration among the athletes, not because they lack the desire or ability to improve, but because the environment around them doesn't support their ambitions. The players are working hard, but without the proper structure and support, their potential remains untapped. The scene emphasizes a critical point. These athletes have immense potential, but they are held back by external factors, primarily the lack of opportunities and resources for differently abled players in football. It's not just a physical limitation they're overcoming, but also a societal one. The world of competitive sports often overlooks differently abled athletes, and many face stigmas that assume they aren't capable of competing at high levels. This scene sets up the emotional core of the story, showing the raw, untapped potential of these athletes and the need for a program like Ronaldo's to give them the support, recognition, and opportunities they deserve. The scene concludes with the players laughing and encouraging each other as they prepare for another round of practice. Their spirit and determination are undeniable, but their efforts remain under the radar of the mainstream sports world. This moment introduces the main challenge the athletes face and paves the way for the introduction of a life-changing initiative that will open doors to greater possibilities. Cristiano Ronaldo's journey toward creating the Ronaldo Inclusivity Football Program begins unexpectedly during a charity event, where he meets a coach who works with differently abled athletes. Ronaldo, who is known for his philanthropic efforts and commitment to social causes, is attending the event to support various initiatives that focus on empowering underprivileged communities. During one of the discussions, a coach, named Daniel, speaks passionately about his work with differently abled athletes and the challenges they face in pursuing their love for football. The coach explains how many of these athletes, despite showing incredible skill and dedication, are often excluded from formal football training and competitions due to their disabilities. They lack access to specialized coaching and training facilities that can accommodate their specific needs. Even more heartbreaking, these athletes often face negative stereotypes from society, with many people doubting their ability to excel in a sport like football. The coach, who has spent years working with these athletes, describes the sense of isolation they often feel, as well as the deep emotional and physical barriers that can be overwhelming for them to overcome. Ronaldo, who has built his career on hard work, perseverance, and overcoming obstacles, listens attentively. He is visibly moved by the stories the coach shares about the athlete's untapped potential. Ronaldo, who has always been driven by the belief that anyone with enough passion and dedication can achieve greatness, is shocked by the reality of how differently abled athletes are often overlooked or excluded from mainstream football programs. As the conversation continues, Ronaldo begins to realize that there is a significant gap in the opportunities available to these athletes, and that he, with his resources and platform, could make a substantial difference. This conversation plants a seed in Ronaldo's mind, sparking a deep sense of responsibility to create a change. He understands that his global fame and influence can be used to shine a spotlight on the issue and push for more inclusivity in sports. Ronaldo feels a growing sense of purpose in his heart, knowing that he can be part of a movement that breaks down the barriers for differently abled athletes and provides them with the support they deserve. The meeting with Coach Daniel marks a pivotal moment where Ronaldo's vision for the Ronaldo Inclusivity Football Program begins to take shape. The emotional weight of the conversation stays with Ronaldo as he leaves the event. He spends the next few days reflecting on what he has learned, considering how he could use his platform to create meaningful change. Ronaldo knows that many people in positions of power are not aware of the struggles that differently abled athletes face, and he is determined to change that. This moment of discovery propels him toward action, and he begins brainstorming with his team to lay the groundwork for a program that would make sports, and football in particular, more accessible to everyone, regardless of ability. After his eye-opening conversation with Coach Daniel, Ronaldo is deeply moved by the struggles of differently abled athletes and the lack of support and opportunities available to them. It's clear to him that something must be done. Ronaldo begins to think not just about the immediate need for resources and coaching, but about creating a long-term program that will empower differently abled athletes, not only in football, but also in sports more broadly. His vision is one of inclusivity, where athletes of all abilities are given a fair chance to play, grow, and excel. Ronaldo begins to shape a plan for a comprehensive program that would provide specialized football training for differently abled athletes. He envisions a network of coaches who are not only skilled in football, but also trained in adaptive coaching methods that accommodate the specific physical and mental needs of differently abled athletes. The program will be open to athletes of all ages and abilities, from children to adults, and will provide them with access to professional-level coaching and resources that they might otherwise never have had the chance to experience. The vision also includes creating accessible football facilities, state-of-the-art training fields that are designed with the specific needs of differently abled athletes in mind. Ronaldo knows that the environment plays a critical role in an athlete's development, and he wants to ensure that the facilities provide a welcoming and inclusive atmosphere where athletes feel comfortable and confident. These facilities would be equipped with adaptive equipment, including specialized balls, goals, and prosthetics, to ensure that every athlete can participate fully and effectively in the training sessions. Another key aspect of Ronaldo's vision is the emotional and social support that the program will offer. Beyond just football training, he understands that differently abled athletes often face mental and emotional challenges, including a lack of confidence and the stigma of disability. Ronaldo envisions a program that not only helps athletes develop their skills but also boosts their self-esteem, providing them with the tools to build resilience, face adversity, and pursue their dreams. This will be achieved through mentorship, team-building activities, and regular motivational workshops designed to empower the athletes both on and off the field. Moreover, Ronaldo plans to incorporate a competitive element into the program. He understands that athletes thrive when they are given the opportunity to compete, and he wants to create inclusive tournaments and leagues where differently abled athletes can showcase their skills and compete against one another in a supportive environment. These tournaments would be designed to celebrate athletes' abilities rather than focus on their disabilities, highlighting their talent and determination. Ronaldo also hopes to partner with professional football organizations and media outlets to bring attention to these competitions, raising awareness and promoting inclusivity in sports on a global scale. As he discusses his ideas with his team, Ronaldo expresses his deep belief in the power of sport to bring people together. He sees football not just as a game, but as a tool for personal and societal transformation. Through the Ronaldo Inclusivity Football Program, he aims to change the way the world views differently abled individuals, helping them to be seen for their abilities rather than their disabilities. He knows that by creating an inclusive environment, the program will inspire not only the athletes who participate, but also the broader community, challenging outdated perceptions of what differently abled people can achieve. This vision becomes a mission for Ronaldo, one that he is committed to pursuing with all the resources at his disposal. It goes beyond his fame and fortune. It's a cause that aligns with his personal values of hard work, resilience, and equality. Ronaldo understands that while football has the power to transform lives, it also has the potential to spark larger cultural changes in how society views disability. His program will be the first step in building a more inclusive sporting world, where every athlete, no matter their physical abilities, can reach their full potential. The moment of realization and planning culminates in a highly anticipated event, the official launch of the Ronaldo Inclusivity Football Program. This pivotal moment is marked by a press conference held at one of the newly built, state-of-the-art training facilities designed specifically for differently abled athletes. Ronaldo, accompanied by his team, key figures in the world of sports inclusivity, and representatives from various disability advocacy groups, steps onto the stage to announce the program that he has worked so hard to bring to life. The press conference is attended by journalists, sports influencers, and media outlets from around the world. The excitement in the air is palpable as reporters eagerly wait to hear about the details of the program that promises to change the landscape of sports for differently abled individuals. Ronaldo, known for his passion and dedication on the field, brings that same energy to his speech. He begins by explaining his personal motivation for starting the program, sharing his belief that sport should be a universal language that unites people from all walks of life, no matter their physical or mental abilities. Ronaldo speaks from the heart, explaining that the Ronaldo Inclusivity Football Program is not just a charity, but a genuine effort to create lasting change in the world of sports. I've seen the power of football to bring people together, to inspire hope, and to transform lives, he says. This program is about giving every person, regardless of their ability, the chance to experience that same power. We are not just providing football training, but a community, a place where athletes can feel supported, empowered, and part of something bigger than themselves. As he continues, Ronaldo outlines the key components of the program. He emphasizes that it will not only provide coaching and access to inclusive football facilities, but will also focus on adaptive equipment, personalized training, and emotional well-being. This program is built on the foundation of inclusion, Ronaldo adds. We want every athlete to feel seen, heard, and valued, regardless of their disability. Football is for everyone, and this is our commitment to making that a reality. The announcement is met with applause, and the media begins to buzz with excitement. Journalists immediately begin to ask questions about the program's scope, its long-term goals, and how Ronaldo plans to involve professional football organizations in promoting inclusivity within the sport. Ronaldo responds to these questions with a sense of clarity and confidence, explaining that the program will be open to all differently abled athletes, regardless of age, experience, or disability. He also shares that the program will operate in multiple regions, with plans to expand internationally in the future. Ronaldo's sincerity and commitment to the cause resonate deeply with the press and the public. The launch event not only brings attention to the program, but also sparks a broader conversation about inclusivity in sports. Major media outlets begin running stories about the program, highlighting its potential to change lives and revolutionize how the world views differently abled athletes. The event generates positive press, as people from all walks of life express their support for a program that will give underrepresented athletes the chance to pursue their passion without facing the barriers that have historically held them back. Through the launch of the program, Ronaldo is able to set the tone for what is to come. He emphasizes that this is just the beginning, a first step in a long journey toward creating a more inclusive sporting world. The press conference concludes with Ronaldo reiterating his message. This is a program not just for athletes, but for everyone who believes in the power of sport to change lives. Together, we can break down the barriers and build a future where everyone has the opportunity to play. The excitement around the Ronaldo Inclusivity Football Program grows as the day of its first official training session arrives. For many of the differently abled athletes who have signed up, this moment marks the realization of a dream, a chance to receive proper coaching and play in an environment that is not only supportive but also tailored to their unique needs. The atmosphere is filled with anticipation as athletes, coaches, and volunteers gather at the newly launched training facility, ready to embark on a journey that promises to change their lives. The session is held on one of the program's state-of-the-art fields, designed specifically for inclusivity. The field has been adapted to accommodate a range of physical abilities: wide spaces for wheelchair athletes, smaller goals for athletes with limited mobility, and visual cues for those with visual impairments. The goal is to ensure that every athlete feels comfortable and capable, regardless of their disability. The facility itself is buzzing with energy as coaches prepare to lead the athletes through their first set of drills. Among the athletes is Sarah, a young woman with cerebral palsy who has dreamed of playing football for years, but never had access to proper training or the support she needed. When she arrives at the training facility, she is both excited and nervous, unsure of what to expect. She watches as other athletes, some using prosthetics, others in wheelchairs, arrive, and she realizes she is not alone. This sense of camaraderie immediately lifts her spirits. Ronaldo, who has always been known for his leadership both on and off the field, makes a surprise appearance at the first session to personally welcome the athletes and offer his encouragement. Ronaldo speaks to the group before the training begins, sharing his excitement about the program and his commitment to seeing each of them succeed. His message is simple: this is your time. You are here because you have the talent, the heart, and the desire to play. Football is for everyone, and I'm here to support you every step of the way. His words resonate deeply with the athletes, giving them the confidence they need to push through any doubts they might have. They realize that they are not just part of a football training session, they are part of a movement that is changing the way the world views differently abled athletes. As the training session begins, it's clear that the coaches are well prepared. They have been specially trained in adaptive coaching methods that are designed to meet the needs of each athlete. For example, some of the coaches work one-on-one with athletes who have mobility challenges, focusing on improving their coordination and balance while using adaptive equipment. Others guide athletes with visual impairments through drills that emphasize spatial awareness and communication. Every exercise is tailored to the individual athlete, allowing them to work at their own pace while pushing their limits. For Sarah, the first few moments are challenging. She struggles to keep up with some of the more agile athletes, and the physical demands of the sport test her endurance. But with the encouragement of her coach and the support of the other athletes, she begins to gain confidence. The coaches focus on her specific needs, helping her develop techniques that work with her physical abilities. They emphasize her strengths, her agility in maneuvering the ball, and guide her through exercises that build on those skills. As the session progresses, Sarah's confidence grows. She begins to feel more at ease on the field, and her skills improve as she receives personalized attention and encouragement. The session also brings together athletes from different backgrounds and abilities, fostering a sense of unity and shared purpose. The athletes bond over their common love for the game, supporting one another through each drill. As the session ends, the athletes gather together to reflect on their progress. While they still have a long way to go, they all feel a sense of accomplishment. For the first time, they've experienced what it feels like to train in an environment where their abilities are acknowledged and nurtured, rather than being overlooked. The success of this first training session marks a turning point for the athletes, who now have the opportunity to develop their skills in an inclusive and supportive setting. It also serves as proof that the Ronaldo Inclusivity Football Program is not just a theoretical concept, it's a real and impactful initiative that is changing lives. Ronaldo's personal involvement in this session is a reminder that he is fully invested in the program, not just as a figurehead but as an active participant in its success. His presence reinforces the program's core message: football is for everyone, and every athlete, regardless of ability, deserves the chance to play, improve, and achieve their dreams. As the Ronaldo Inclusivity Football Program progresses, it becomes clear that the impact of the initiative extends far beyond the training sessions themselves. Over time, the athletes begin to show remarkable progress, not just in their technical football skills, but also in their personal growth, confidence, and sense of belonging. This success is attributed to the unique combination of personalized coaching, inclusive facilities, and the emotional and social support provided throughout the program. One of the standout success stories is that of Leo, a young man with a visual impairment who had always dreamed of playing football but had never had the opportunity to join a team due to his disability. When Leo first joined the program, he was hesitant and unsure of how he could participate in a sport that relies so heavily on sight. However, through the program's specially designed drills, which focus on auditory cues and spatial awareness, Leo quickly discovered his own strengths. Coaches used sound-based signals to guide him during training, helping him develop an acute sense of direction and timing on the field. Over time, Leo's confidence grew, and he became known for his impressive ability to anticipate the movements of the ball and his teammates. His story inspired many other athletes in the program, showing them that with the right support and adaptations, no challenge is insurmountable. Another success story that gains widespread attention is that of Emma, an athlete with a prosthetic leg. Emma had always felt isolated in the sports world, as she struggled to find teams or programs that were equipped to help her adapt to the demands of football. When she joined the Ronaldo Inclusivity Football Program, Emma was initially unsure if she would be able to keep up with the other athletes. However, the program's personalized approach to coaching allowed her to focus on exercises that helped her develop balance, agility, and strength, specifically tailored to her prosthetic leg. With the help of her coaches and fellow athletes, Emma's skills improved rapidly. She became one of the most skilled players in her group, mastering footwork and ball control while using her prosthetic leg in innovative ways. Emma's progress was not only physical but also emotional. She went from feeling like an outsider in sports to being a confident player who took pride in her ability to compete at a high level. The program's success stories are not limited to a few individuals. Over time, more and more athletes begin to showcase their abilities and achieve personal milestones. Coaches and mentors share stories of athletes who have made incredible strides, whether it's mastering a new technique, overcoming a mental block, or simply gaining the confidence to participate in competitive matches. These success stories are shared within the program's community, and as word spreads, the program begins to gain recognition from various sports organizations, local media, and even professional football clubs. One of the most heartwarming developments is the formation of teams within the program. As athletes continue to progress, many of them begin to form strong bonds with each other, and the desire to compete against other teams grows. The Ronaldo Inclusivity Football Program introduces intra-program tournaments, where athletes from different regions or training centers compete in friendly matches. These tournaments are not only a celebration of the athletes' hard work and progress, but also an opportunity for them to showcase their talents to a wider audience. The sense of community among athletes is palpable as they cheer each other on and celebrate each other's successes. The program has become a place where athletes no longer feel like they are defined by their disabilities, but are instead recognized for their skills, teamwork, and determination. As the success stories continue to accumulate, Ronaldo himself takes an active role in sharing these achievements with the wider public. He regularly posts updates on social media, celebrating the accomplishments of the athletes within the program. Ronaldo's visibility helps to elevate the program's profile, encouraging more athletes to join and more organizations to support the cause. The program also begins to attract partnerships from other sports brands and charitable organizations, which provide additional resources and opportunities for the athletes. These partnerships help to further the program's reach, allowing it to grow and touch the lives of even more differently abled athletes. Ultimately, the success stories and progress of the athletes serve as a testament to the effectiveness of the Ronaldo Inclusivity Football Program. The athletes, who once faced barriers due to their disabilities, are now thriving in an environment that values their potential and provides them with the resources to reach it. These stories not only demonstrate the power of sport to transform lives, but also highlight the importance of creating inclusive spaces where athletes of all abilities can flourish. The program's success proves that with the right support, everyone, regardless of their physical abilities, can achieve greatness in the world of football. As the Ronaldo Inclusivity Football Program gains momentum and sees increasing success, it becomes clear that its impact could extend far beyond its initial training centers. Ronaldo, driven by his vision to make football accessible to differently abled athletes on a global scale, sets his sights on expanding the program's reach. The program's success stories, positive feedback from athletes, and growing media attention create an ideal environment for forging new partnerships with sports organizations, businesses, and charitable foundations. These partnerships are vital to ensuring the sustainability and scalability of the initiative. The first significant step in the program's expansion is the development of strategic partnerships with prominent sports brands and organizations that share the program's values of inclusivity and empowerment. Ronaldo and his team reach out to major football clubs, international sports organizations, and athletic gear manufacturers to gain support. These partnerships are designed to bring additional resources into the program, such as funding, specialized equipment, and access to world-class facilities. For example, major sports brands agree to donate adaptive football gear, such as specialized shoes, prosthetics, and balls designed to accommodate athletes with various physical needs. These donations are crucial, as they ensure that all athletes, regardless of their financial situation, can access the equipment they need to train and compete at a high level. In addition to equipment donations, some professional football clubs express interest in collaborating with the Ronaldo Inclusivity Football Program by offering mentorship and coaching support. Ronaldo himself connects with influential figures in the football world to advocate for inclusivity in the sport. His outreach includes high-profile players, coaches, and sports executives, all of whom are invited to visit the program and witness firsthand the talent and potential of the differently abled athletes. These visits not only raise awareness of the program, but also provide opportunities for professional players to engage with the athletes, offering advice, inspiration, and encouragement. Another key aspect of the program's expansion is the development of regional training centers in different parts of the world. The program begins to establish additional hubs in areas where there is a significant population of differently abled individuals, but limited access to inclusive sports programs. These new centers are equipped with the same state-of-the-art facilities as the original training center, ensuring that the program's high standards of inclusivity and support are maintained as it grows. Ronaldo's vision for the program includes making it accessible to as many athletes as possible, particularly in underserved regions where sports opportunities for differently abled individuals are often limited. The expansion of the program also brings with it a focus on education and advocacy. Ronaldo and his team recognize that creating long-term change in the world of sports requires not only providing athletes with opportunities, but also educating coaches, administrators, and the broader community about the importance of inclusivity. As part of the program's expansion, Ronaldo launches a series of workshops and seminars aimed at training sports professionals in adaptive coaching techniques and promoting the benefits of inclusivity in all sports. These educational initiatives are designed to ensure that coaches and sports organizations worldwide are equipped to support differently abled athletes, creating a ripple effect that spreads the values of inclusivity throughout the sports world. In parallel, Ronaldo works with several charitable organizations that focus on disability rights and inclusion. These organizations help raise awareness of the Ronaldo Inclusivity Football Program and support its mission through fundraising, advocacy, and outreach. The program's association with well-established charities not only provides financial backing but also strengthens its credibility and helps to further its global reach. Together, they organize fundraising events, awareness campaigns, and community outreach programs that promote the importance of creating accessible sports opportunities for all individuals, regardless of their abilities. The growing network of partnerships also allows the Ronaldo Inclusivity Football Program to develop its first-ever international tournaments, where athletes from different regions can come together to compete in an inclusive, supportive environment. These tournaments become a celebration of the athletes' hard work and progress, as well as an opportunity to showcase the skills and talents of differently abled players to a global audience. The visibility provided by these tournaments helps to further break down stereotypes and misconceptions about differently abled athletes, proving that they are just as capable of achieving greatness as their able-bodied counterparts. Through these strategic partnerships and the expansion of the program, Ronaldo's vision for a more inclusive world of football continues to gain traction. The program evolves into a global movement, uniting athletes, coaches, sports organizations, and communities around a common goal to ensure that no one is excluded from the world of sports based on their abilities. Ronaldo's commitment to inclusivity becomes a model for other athletes and sports figures to follow, demonstrating that sport has the power to unite people from all walks of life and break down barriers of discrimination and exclusion. As the Ronaldo Inclusivity Football Program continues to thrive and expand, Its impact begins to ripple outward, influencing not just the athletes who directly participate, but also the broader global community. The program's success extends far beyond the field, leaving behind a lasting legacy of change in the world of sports and the way society views differently abled athletes. The values of inclusivity, accessibility, and empowerment that are at the heart of the program begin to influence football culture at a global scale, breaking down long-standing barriers and changing perceptions. One of the most significant aspects of the program's legacy is its transformative effect on how differently abled athletes are perceived. Before the launch of the program, many individuals with disabilities faced exclusion or a lack of opportunities to participate in organized sports. They were often viewed as outside the scope of competitive play, and their abilities were frequently underestimated. However, the Ronaldo Inclusivity Football Program has shattered this perception. By offering world-class coaching, adaptive equipment, and personalized support, the program has demonstrated that athletes with disabilities are not only capable of playing football, but they can excel in it. As more athletes achieve success within the program, the world begins to take notice of their talents, seeing them not as individuals defined by their disabilities, but as skilled athletes with the potential to compete at the highest levels. Through the program's numerous success stories, a new narrative begins to emerge in the sports world, one where athletes are celebrated for their talent, hard work, and determination, rather than being defined by their challenges. Media outlets begin to cover the stories of differently abled athletes who are making a name for themselves within the Ronaldo Inclusivity Football Program. These stories are shared across platforms, from social media to mainstream news, and serve to inspire millions of people worldwide. The athletes become symbols of resilience and perseverance, showing that sports are for everyone, regardless of physical ability. As more people recognize the achievements of these athletes, societal attitudes towards disability start to shift, with greater recognition of the potential of differently abled individuals. Beyond the athletes themselves, the program's legacy is felt through the broader football community. The program's educational initiatives, which focus on inclusive coaching methods and raising awareness about disability in sports, begin to transform how coaches, teams, and football organizations approach inclusivity. By providing training for coaches on how to adapt football to the needs of differently abled athletes, the program ensures that the principles of inclusion are woven into the fabric of football culture worldwide. This change is not limited to one specific region or country. The program's influence begins to spread globally as more and more football clubs and organizations adopt inclusive practices and policies that reflect the values promoted by Ronaldo's initiative. The Ronaldo Inclusivity Football Program also leaves a significant mark on the sporting industry by encouraging corporate sponsorship and investment in adaptive sports. As the program grows, it attracts the attention of major corporations and businesses that see the potential in supporting inclusive sports initiatives. Companies begin to realize the importance of investing in adaptive equipment, creating accessible facilities, and sponsoring events that promote the inclusion of differently abled athletes. This shift in the corporate world contributes to the overall growth of inclusive sports, making them a more integral part of the mainstream sports industry. Additionally, the program's success serves as a model for other athletes and organizations to follow. Ronaldo's own commitment to inclusivity, combined with his global reach and influence, inspires other high-profile athletes to take action in their own communities. Professional football players and sports figures around the world begin to speak out in support of inclusive sports programs, and some even establish their own initiatives to empower differently abled athletes. The movement spreads far beyond football, as athletes from other sports disciplines also take a stand for inclusivity, creating opportunities for differently abled individuals across various sports fields. The Ronaldo Inclusivity Football Program becomes a blueprint for other inclusive initiatives, setting a precedent for how athletes and sports organizations can contribute to creating a more equitable world. The program also leaves a legacy of global impact by highlighting the importance of accessibility and inclusivity in all areas of life. Ronaldo uses his platform to advocate for greater access to sports for differently abled individuals, both on the field and off. His advocacy extends to government and policy levels, where he calls for stronger laws and regulations that ensure people with disabilities have access to sports and recreational activities. By working with advocacy groups, policymakers, and organizations that focus on disability rights. Ronaldo helps to push for societal changes that improve the lives of differently abled individuals, not just in sports, but in all aspects of their lives. Ultimately, the Ronaldo Inclusivity Football Program becomes a symbol of hope and opportunity for differently abled athletes worldwide. It demonstrates the power of sport to bring people together, break down barriers, and create lasting change. The program's legacy is one of transformation, not just within the football world, but in the broader global conversation around disability, inclusion, and accessibility. Through Ronaldo's vision, the program shows that sports can be a powerful tool for social change, inspiring future generations of athletes to dream big, overcome obstacles, and believe in their potential.